welcome you to BeMoreNews.com, the news before the news, where we uncover the truth.
An accent. We need God. Because only God can bring us out of this mess.
All right. I'm in the birthday mode. Got the big one coming up, 5/7. Praise the Lord. Not today, not tomorrow. Save your breath. But Monday morning, 57. The year was 1965. Many thank you to our sponsors. All of these people running for office. Kevin Parson just put his bid in. Everybody wants to advertise, and I love it. You know, election only happens, well, at least the statewide election happens once every 4 years. And so this is 2022. The next mayoral election will be 2024. So every other year, it seems we get to get involved in some elections and get an opportunity to work and help illuminate some of these folks running for office. Wes Moore, who else? Lenora Dawson, she's running for clerk. Anthony Brown, Attorney General. Scott Phillips, he's running out there in Baltimore County on the Unity ticket. Scott Phillips, an attorney, running for delegate. Corey McCray and his team, Jackie Addison, Kaylin Young. Stephanie Smith's not on that team. Kim Banks, she's running for the clerk of Baltimore. Kim Banks is in that race also. Clerk of Baltimore, Kim Banks. Tim Adams, he's running for comptroller. Bilal Ali running up in the 41st district. Ben Brooks out there in the 10th. Ben Brooks is running for Senate against Jay Jalisi. Will the folks out Liberty Road vote for Jay Jalisi? Jay Jalisi's been mean to his staff. And there are African Americans out Liberty Road who wonder if he truly respects them. Well, you got Ben Brooks to choose from. If not, then I guess you're going with Jalisi. I don't think Dolores Kelly liked Jalisi, I'll tell you that much. Change that. I know damn well she don't like him. Adrian Jones, boss lady. She the new boss lady for Liberty Road. With Dolores Kelly stepping down as senator or not running for re-election, Adrian Jones is not only the senior out there, she's also the Speaker of the House. So all of that's good stuff. Was just messing with me in the middle of a show. And also, we have Ilyas Chauhan for the state Senate in the 44th district. Sheriff John Anderson. I think there's one more. No, that's it. Sheriff John Anderson. The sheriff. Sheriff always gets some type of, what do you call it? Opposition every year. Somebody who works for him wants to come out and try and think they can do the job. And they've miserably failed. A couple of things I want to share with you today on this Afrocentric Friday. Got my dashiki on from way back. Remember doing a Black History Month program back in the day. I ain't got to get to see the whole top. I got my piece on from Tanzania, thanks to Mr. Michael Haney. Brought me that back. This come from Tanzania too, if you never saw this. Just the spear. It's what they kill lions with over there in Africa. You gotta fall down and let the lion's weight land them on that spear. And that's the test of manhood, which is a great segue. When we hear of a murder in the city of Baltimore, when we hear of murders like we do here in the city of Baltimore, whether we like it or not, it's a reflection on us. I don't know about you, but I'm a little tired of Baltimore so often being referred to in a negative manner. I don't live in San Francisco. I don't live in St. Louis. I don't live in DC. I don't live in Miami. I live in Baltimore. And I want to hear good things about my city. We all know about the bad. The bad so often overshadows the good that does happen. It's a reflection, though, on us. The weekend is here. It's not blazing hot outside. What are we going to do this weekend? I'm not talking about where we're going, where we're going to go to eat, if we go to the store. I mean, the real question, are we going to engage these young people or what? Self-included. Are we going to see these young people who we walk past every day? Are we going to try to save one life? And I don't mean going out your way, getting into no confrontation. I don't mean anything like that. All of us are going to have to do a better job pulling in a young person. It might not be the young person on the corner. It might be the young person next door. Who is with me this weekend on engaging a young adult, asking them what their dreams are, and if we can help them? Who's with me? That's what I want. Who is with me to go at our young people from this point forward, between now and the time, God willing, Jesus tarry and the creek don't rise, we get back here Monday morning? Who's willing to engage these young people? Yes, I am in. I'm going to break my routine. When I go through the strip, I'm going to find me one young person. I'm going to try to see if I can help them. I'm going to give them a business card. I'm going to tell them what I do. I say, I can help you get a job if you want. Here's my card. It's not new. Do it all the time. I can't walk through Pennsylvania Avenue and see wasted talent. Good morning, Mr. Rico. I was a busboy once. My life was really not together. Really, really messing off. And there was another food runner. I won't name the restaurant because at the time I was doing some embarrassing stuff. And this food runner / busser named John said to me, and this is a jewel for life. Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? John said, there's nothing worse than an unsuccessful man with talent. There's nothing worse than an unsuccessful man with talent. You talking about pimp slapping me with the truth. That's how I was. It was. There's nothing worse than an unsuccessful man with talent. I had been wasting my gifts. I had been not doing my best. Made some bad decisions. Fell in with some wrong people, places, and things. Michael Randolph, don't change the discussion. I ask, are you willing, who's with me in engaging young people from now to Monday? That's the question, Michael Randolph. You're always trying to change the story. We have to engage these young people. We have to talk to them. We have to be a part of their lives. We have to sit down and share with them our successes, our struggles, our failures, the things we've learned. We have to engage them and let them know that there's another way out than the way they're trying. Standing on the corner all day, every day is not pretty. It's embarrassing. It's a sign. It's a bad sign. It ain't nothing good about standing on a corner. I don't care what somebody told you. There's nothing constructive about standing on a corner for 4 hours, 8 hours, 10 hours. You're not catching me standing on no corner 5 minutes. Unless I'm waiting on a bus. I see adults. Every day I see adults standing on the avenue. Mug broke down. Those are the addicts. The dealer looked quite relaxed, making their money. Something's wrong with an adult that doesn't mind standing on the corner because they like dope that much. Never mind the old lady walking up the street. Never mind the kids. I'm selling this dope. I'm using this dope. So when a young person, impressionable, 20, 25 years old, sees an older Black person, 50, 60, engaged in this world of dope, like it's normal, like their mother and father raised them to stand on a corner for dope. That's where the young people get it from. It's so easy to blame the young people. It's so easy to blame them, but we forget about the role that we play in all of this. We turn our head, I don't see it. Yeah, you saw it. You saw your son. I saw my son. Now what did you do? Did you go to the corner to your son? I'm that parent. I see mine on the corner. I got to go step to you. I don't care who you are around. I don't care who your little friends are. I ain't the biggest, toughest, baddest. I ain't none of that. But that's my seed, and I'm coming to see you. Ain't nothing getting in the way. Hell, high water, the Taliban, Osama, ain't nothing getting in between me and my seed. And when it's done, they gonna know Daddy was there. He ain't got to beat up nobody. Talk to you for a minute. Nothing embarrassing. Nothing that they gonna cry about later. I can't believe you embarrassed me in front of your friends. I'm gonna pull you to the side. Man, you holler at you. Because best believe they probably don't have a daddy. Their friends probably don't have a daddy to step to the corner. Because if they did, their daddy would be there. I firmly believe that. Ain't nothing slick about going to the jail. Nothing. There's nothing slick about a coming home party. It should be real hush hush. Only your inner circle really need to know. Because that's not something we're proud of. 5 minutes, 5 years, 50 years. That's not something we're proud of. That's not what we aspire to be. That's not what Martin Luther King and Rosa Parks and all of those people sacrificed for us to be going back and forth to jail, in and out of court. Are you serious? Tasmere with me. Tasmere with me. Girl up in Harlem. New York, Baltimore, DC, St. Louis, Oakland, same thing. We got to engage these young people. We got to talk to them. We got to share with them our mistakes, our experiences, our successes. We got to drop some seed of inspiration on them. They are our children, and ain't nobody going to talk to them. Ain't nobody going to save them but us. Have we just given up? Harriet Tubman, woman with that Colt 45. Harriet Tubman freed 70 people. And then she went down there to the Combahee River in South Carolina with the Union Army and freed 700 people. And Wikipedia need to get their entry right. I'm so sick of these other mainstream outlets who always want to claim Black history, like what's the people? Getty Pictures. Getty Pictures. And I know I digress. Getty. They want all Black history pictures, and then they're gonna put their little name on it, Getty. That's not your picture. You stole that picture. And if you use the picture, oh, it's copyright infringement. That's some people always, they don't want Black people to have nothing. They don't even want Black people to have their own history, our own history. There's somebody always stealing it. They don't want Black people to have no artifacts from Africa because they're going over to Africa stealing it, take it back to England, to Spain, and put it down in the basement. So sick of these people digging up our ancestors in Africa, but I digress. We got to engage these young people. Here's a poem for you. I've shared it once or twice. It was on the walls of Dunbar back in '83, the year I graduated. I've shared this poem halfway around the world, from East Baltimore to East Africa. It's called Who's to Blame? We read in the papers and hear on the air of killing and stealing and crime everywhere. We sigh and we say, as we notice the trend, this younger generation, oh, where will it end? But can we be sure that it's their fault alone? Are we less guilty who place in their way so many things that lead them astray? Too much money, too much idle time, too many movies of passion and crime, too many books not fit to be read, too much evil in what they have said, too many children encouraged to roam, too many parents who won't stay at home. Kids don't write the movies, they don't write the books, they don't paint gay pictures of gangsters and crooks. They don't make the liquor, they don't make the laws, they don't make the cars, they don't make the bars, they don't make the drugs that muddle the brain. It's all done by older folk, greedy for gain. Delinquent teenagers, oh, how we condemn sins of the nation. We blame on them, but by the laws of the blameless, the Savior made known. Who is there amongst you to cast the first stone? For in so many cases, it's sad, but it's true, the title delinquent fits older folk too. We have to engage our young people. New York, Baltimore, Boston, Oakland, LA, Houston, New Orleans, Atlanta, Miami, Jacksonville, Durham, Charleston. We have to engage our young people. We have to let them know that there's a better way. The world is so confusing. On one hand, some places weed is free, weed is legal. On the other hand, you can't get this job unless you pass this urinalysis. So you probably want to leave the weed alone. Alcohol, slippery slope. You may or may not have alcoholism in your family. So you may not smoke weed, but you're trying this alcohol, but you got to know your family history. So all I'm saying is be cautious, be aware, be mindful of what you put into your body, because some things ain't good for us. Some things are just not good for us. Some people are not good for us. Some places are not good for us. People, places, and things. See cat come home from jail, been gone 3 years. Got his weight back, looking good. New tennis shoes. And they want to go right back to Pennsylvania Avenue. Why in the world would you get cleaned up only to come back here? Are these the people you trying to impress? I've seen grown people do it. Grown people, 40, 50, 60, get their life together, whether stop using drugs, stop breaking law, did their time. They come home, brand new. You know how we look, got them brand new sneakers on, and we want to go right back to the avenue so everybody can see us. Got a lounge chair at the subway. Reality. We are professional loungers. We can't go to a PTA meeting, but we can go to the all-white party. I love a party, but ain't we partied enough? I mean, I like having a good time. But does that mean we not going to PTA meetings no more? Because if one of them promoter cats put up a flyer, all-white party, we going straight out there to the mall, get that outfit, so we can go to the all-white party. Kid, dumb as shit. Kid can't read. Your kid can't read. But you look fly. Or we send our kids to school in brand new clothes. But they can't read. They look good. They pretty, but they dumb. Hence, pretty dumb. They look good, but they can't count. Where they gonna work at? Who's gonna hire your child? And we share nothing about Black history with our young people. Got a smartphone. Google. Who founded the North Pole? Google. What South African went from 27 years in prison to becoming the first Black president? Google. What is the Maryland State Constitution? Google. What does the Baltimore City Charter say? We playing, people. Our ancestors sacrificed. They went through all they went through. The Amistad, the Nina, the Pinta, the Santa Maria, the rapes, the murders, the hijackings, the colonialism, the genocide. Our people went through all of that just for us to get here in 2022 and talk about, I can't find no job. You ain't looking hard enough because everybody's hiring. Short of you being just there's a job. Hey, man, everybody hiring. Ain't no job beneath me if it's about getting paid. I will sling some Chipotle in a minute. Chipotle paying $15 an hour. All I want to know is, do I get a bowl to take with me? Because I can hurt some Chipotle. Don't lay down on it. Let me tell you. Oh, my God. Do not lay down on Chipotle. Get up. Walk around the block a couple times. At Chipotle late night, that's how you get fat. Everybody hiring. The harbor's wide open. Where did we get these excuses? Barbara Robinson came on with a long definition of excuses. Monumental something. I wish you were around, Barbara. I'd call you. Monumental excuses. We're making excuses. I can't do this. Yes, you can. Did you try? My daddy said it like this 20 years ago when I first started this business. I said, Daddy, I ain't getting no business. He said, son, you gotta beat your drum. 2 weeks later, I went back to him. Daddy, I've been beating my drum, but I ain't getting no business. He said, you gotta beat your drum harder. First, he said, you gotta beat your drum. Then I went back to him and I said, that ain't working. He said, you gotta beat your drum harder. I'm very proud of this network. BlackUSA.News. We have 25 shows in 7 cities: New York, Baltimore, DC, Atlanta, Miami, Oakland, and LA. We're very proud of that. We're very proud of the various hosts, including some who have commented on the show. Tazmir Gathers, our queen, den mother, if you will, up in New York City. Also, Mr. William Honeyblue, who follows at 10 a.m. Got some more poetry for you. One of probably my favorite new artists, clearly, Kendrick Lamar. I'm new to the game. Don't laugh at me. As I listen to this young man's work, I'm just so blown away and puts me in the mindset often of the legendary Last Poets out of New York City. On the subway, I dug the dude digging on me, but the dude was hung up in a massive confusion as to who I was. He thought he was trying to see. But you see, me knowing me, black, proud, and determined to be free, could plainly see my enemy. Yes, 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 I know him. I once slaved for him, body and soul, and made him a pile of black gold off the sweat of my labor he stole. But his game is old. We've broken the mental hole. Things must change. There's no limit to our range. You can never understand a new black man, let alone see us riding every day, riding on the subway, 8th Avenue, 6th Avenue, 7th Avenue, IND, BMT, IRT, stares endlessly, blinking, blink, 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 blink. He's on the brink, about to sink. I ask you, shall I help him? Can he be saved? No, no, no. Next stop, 125th Street. We have to engage our young people, because if we don't, here's the point of all of this. If we don't, nobody will. We can sit back and pontificate. We can write a dissertation. We can come up with all kinds of methodologies. Unless we give these young people love, they will not know love. We are the village. Old, not so old. Young, not so young. We are the village. And even though there's some ignorance out here that says, don't say nothing to my child, we still gonna say something to your child, because you are part of the village, even though your dumb ass don't know it. We've become so like somebody else. I don't know who we are like. We better get back to acting like ourselves. What your mother and grandmother tell you, act like you got some sense even if you don't. I love the old school parents idea. I was on the phone with a lady yesterday, dear friend of mine, and there was some young people in her presence. And I just love the way a 50-year-old talks to some 2-year-old babies. A 50-year-old with some common sense and some experience. Oh, we're not having that hollering today. That's what she said to the 2-year-old. No, we're not having that hollering today at all. Not in my house. Babies want discipline. They want you to tell them what the right thing to do is. We done come up with all of these microwave excuses. Try that foolishness in my grandma's house. Try that foolishness in my mother's house. They would dismiss you with the swiftness. But now we changing the rules. Oh, he can call me by my first name. Have you lost your cotton picking mind, dummy? My name is Daddy. I'm not your friend. I'm not your peer. I'm Daddy. If you the mother, then you the mother. You ain't Karen. You ain't Kim. That ain't cute. That's ignorant. And you need your ass whipped. Dressing little girls up, 2-year-old, make them look like they're 45 years old. And you other people that look at them and don't say them, you're wrong. Say something. If you see something, say something. Baby, she 2 years old. Stop dressing her like she's 7, like she's 9. Don't do that. Sends a bad message. Let a little girl be a little girl. Let a little girl be a little girl. Need to see a little girl with all of this sass? No. I'm from the old school. Crack slick in my daddy house. Run your mouth to your mother. You know what you're going to catch? You're going to catch that left backhand with that ring on it. And that mason ring. I tasted that mason ring right down that tooth. Oh, my God. As I was picking myself up off the ground. But now we letting other people, oh, you can't touch your children. We got to talk to the young people. That might work over there where you live at. I live in Baltimore City. We need some attention getters. We had some teachers down 29. They were attention getters because they would step to your son. Son was, growing up there real fast. Because after the young man get to be 12, 13, ain't nothing you can do with him as a woman. He's physically stronger than you. That's when daddy's time to step up. Get up in his face. Matter of fact, I do it when they're in the womb. In the womb, I'm your daddy. Listen to my voice. I will never tell you wrong. These pearls of wisdom are designed to help you live a long and prosperous life. Like that good book say, honor thy father and thy mother, that thy days may be long upon the land which the Lord thy God giveth thee. Miss Cosby, all them teachers there at 29. Mr. Williams, hey Nina, we had great teachers at 29. And that's what we need. We need to get back and get them damn black teachers who couldn't go nowhere else or preferred to stay in the black community like they did back in the 70s and 80s. In my day, we need some black teachers. Because let me tell you what's missing. The number one thing that's missing in Baltimore City public schools, it's not money. It's not money. They got the money. They got the fifth most funded school system in the country. It's not money. When O'Malley was here, I want you to listen to me. He brought in Andres Alonso. Now, you should have known something when you met a cat named Andre that got an S on the end of Andres, because we ain't never heard that. That ain't Baltimore culture. Andre, A-N-D-R-E. But anyway, Andres Alonso lived down there in Federal Hill somewhere. Police kept going down there, all them domestic incidents. Y'all forgot about that. He got rid of 75% of the principals. Andres Alonso got rid of 75% of our principals. He got rid of 75% of the Miss Frisbees, the Miss Cornishes, the Miss Parkses, them black women and black men, Mr. Murphy, Mr. Holly. We had some good white ones too, but I remember the black ones because they had a special brand of love. That's what's missing in the schools now, love. Your kid come to school, get suspended for fighting, come back 3 days later and get suspended for fighting. You don't need to be in school. You need to take your child somewhere else, out to the zoo some damn way, because apparently you haven't taught your child how to act in school. We don't want them here. We don't want her here. She's disrupting education and learning for the other students. I used to like it on rainy days. You know why I like rainy days? Because the bad kids would not come to school. The disruptive kids who obviously were dealing with stuff at home. That made me think, why do bad kids stay home on rainy days? Because somewhere along their mother say, you ain't got to go today. Educate. The apple don't fall far from the tree. If your parents vote, you most likely vote. If your parents go to church, you most likely go to church. Or maybe you go to mosque. Or maybe you go to the Kingdom Hall. But if your parents revered God, more than likely you're going to revere God, because people of faith, we know that if you raise your child in the way they will go, even if they stray, they will find their way back to the path. And I ain't no holy roller. I just learned some things along the way and try to practice them and remember them all the time. Don't lie, don't steal, don't cheat. Don't lie, don't steal, don't cheat. Know that karma is real. Know that when nobody's looking, God is looking. We think we're getting away with it. We'll go around, come around. You hurt somebody, hurt's coming back. You help somebody, help is coming back. You be a blessing to somebody, a blessing's coming back. What you send out, you'll get back. So I try to send out love. And when you can be cruel, don't be cruel. When you can be cruel, don't be cruel. Try never to be cruel. Because you don't want somebody to be cruel to you. It's okay to chastise, but don't be cruel. Why? Defeats the whole purpose. If you're supposed to be representing God, then you're supposed to be mindful of God's grace and mercy. That book say all have sinned. All. The Pope, every Pope alive, because it say all. The Imam, every Imam alive. Every preacher, every human being. All means all. All have sinned and fall short of the glory of God. Whatever religion, whatever country, whatever race, age, don't matter. All have sinned. Ain't nobody perfect. Everybody makes mistakes. It's okay. Now, let me tell you what grown people do. We own up to our mistakes. I was wrong. I apologize. I was having a bad day. This happened, but it wasn't your fault, and I shouldn't have taken out on you. I apologize. And don't do it again. That's it. And if that person is dead and gone, then go to their grave or just speak in prayer. Apologize. Or forgive them. I forgive you. Joe Blow, Susie Q, down the road, long gone out this world. I forgive you. I forgive myself. I think that's a tough one, forgiving yourself. Because how do you know when you've done it? Guess I need to talk to my therapist about that. If you're in the city of Baltimore, I suggest you have about 7 therapists. And if your therapist don't have a therapist, get rid of your therapist. Did you catch that? If your therapist don't have a therapist, get rid of your therapist. Because therapy is dumping. And as you dump on them, they should have somewhere that they dump. Because that's how you keep the system clean. Like a car, like your body, water in, you got to keep the system refreshed and rejuvenated. Let me read some of these comments we got in here. Flesh and blood. Miss Sylvia with me. Pranitha, I went to school and even walked in the high snow, 7 miles up and down the hill, both ways. There was no excuse like today. These children don't know that they have it good. My mother said, and I'll tell you, going into my birthday season, so I'm going to keep it 100 with you. My mother said to me, and I'll never get it, she said, Donnie, you don't appreciate shit. I'll never get it. She's been gone 37 years, but I remember her saying that like yesterday. You don't appreciate nothing. Today, I appreciate any and everything. You let me over while we driving. You let me over. You give me a glass of water. You hold the door for me. I hold the door for people all the time. Women, if a gentleman holds the door for you, say thank you. That's it. He ain't always trying to crack on you. Ain't trying to hit on you. Maybe his parents just raised him right. And I don't care what you're doing. If somebody hold the door for you, email you on your little funky ass phone, say thank you. We got to get out of that rudeness thing. Black women, black men, we got to get out of that rudeness thing. Stop being rude. Don't nobody owe you nothing. Be polite. Somebody hold the door for you, ain't going to say nothing. You'll walk your funky ass on out the door and ain't going to say thank you. What kind of savage is that? Same woman throwing trash on the ground. You want somebody to respect you and you disrespecting Mother Earth? I can't stand dirty people. I ain't got the cleanest house, but I know where some bleach at. I got a broom. And piece by piece, room by room, step by step, we're going to do our best to keep this house clean. Put some bleach on the front. Sweep the front. And if you can't do it, pay somebody. Or get one of them young people that's asking you for stuff. Hey, I need you to sweep this alley twice a week. Oh, I need you to sweep the front twice a week. It ain't cute, Nina. And men, just because women calling each other bees don't give you a license. If you're from my generation, you don't call a woman a bee. If a woman brings that out of you, get away from her. Quick, fast, immediately. You don't want to be around that. I don't want to be around you if I got to call you a bee. That's not good. Ain't nothing good about that. And you certainly don't want to hear the children hear you talking like that. In our private conversations, men, we got to start using words like queen. Did you see that, queen? Sisters, I encourage you in your private conversation, in your in-group conversation, did you see that, king? We got to change the vocabulary. I use the N-word all day, every day sometimes. I ain't proud of it. That's what it is. But then we might look up negus, Negus. That's a long debate. I probably won't win. But on these airwaves, you ain't catching me use it because I'm not going to give someone else license to use it against me, especially someone that don't look like me. We have more money, more education, bigger houses, bigger cars than any generation before us, but our give back sucks. What do we give back? Who do we help? We have more money than any generation. I'm so sick of you rappers, dude. God has blessed you with a platform, and all you can show me is a white man's car. You ain't showing me a car that you built like C.R. Patterson. C.R. Patterson didn't have the money that rappers have. I want to see you want to impress me, rapper? Put a C.R. Patterson car in your video. Show me that you have some common sense, some knowledge of your own people. Show me a video with Mansa Musa in it, or more money than any king on earth. But we rap about somebody else's stuff, somebody else's culture, somebody else's language. And in the neighborhood that we sold dope in, we don't ever go back and buy it, clean it up. But we represent the culture. No, you don't. You represent a part of the culture, an underdeveloped part of the culture. If you represent my culture, then you talking about like Dr. Daniel Hale Williams. You talking about like Vivian Thomas. You talking about like Dorothy Brunson, first black woman on a radio station in Baltimore. You talking about Earl Graves. That's the culture. Something with some dignity. Not everybody want to be slick. Come on. Up your game, son. Read a book, son. You show me all of these cars you got. How many books have you read, son? How many books can you point to in your house, son? Do you have more tennis shoes than you have books, son? Oh, you got more tennis shoes than you got books. I got you. I see where your priorities at. You don't read books. You don't like books. You allergic to books. You prove that what they said, that if you want to hide something from a black man, put it in a book, right? Put that in a rap song. We got to do better than this. We got to get involved in these babies' lives while they're in the womb, so we don't lose. See, other people gonna protect their babies. This whole abortion thing, I told you, ain't got nothing to do with black women. Got everything to do with preserving white babies. They get it. What's wrong with us? And an abortion clinic is not birth control. That's not effective birth control. 7 abortions is not effective birth control. It's killing yourself. I love my people. Always will. My daddy and my mama taught me to. But we got to do better than this. Got to get into that forgiveness, forgiving ourselves. We can't change yesterday. I don't know about you, but looking back at yesterday ain't doing nothing for the day. We can remember the good, learn from the bad, but we're going this way. We're going forward. We want to create some new memories. I want you to plan yourself a trip, particularly you people who have been isolated 1 and 2 years. I want you to get some fresh air today. I want you to go outside. I want you to get up, take a walk around the block. Walk out in the park sometimes and just look up at the sun, the birds, and you hear the chirping, the things we overlook all the time. Natural beauty. We ain't got to cut on the TV. We ain't got to look at the phone. Natural beauty, like the sun. Thank God the sun is still in the sky all our lives. The sun has been right there. And for these people that ain't got no faith in the good Lord, I want to know who make the sun come up every day, who make the moon come up every night, who holds everything in the palm of their hand and allowed us life. A lot of us have lost people. I want to say this. A lot of us have lost people. I've lost so many people I can't even keep up. Thank God that he loaned them to us for this long. And may we be a blessing to other people. May we enlighten somebody else. It's a kind word. It might just, hey, how you doing? Speak to somebody ain't nobody spoke to all day. You know ain't nobody spoke to them because they're over there going through whatever they're going through. And this mental health thing is black and white. I see mental illness rampant. It's just amazing to see it on so many white people faces in the black community. That's just the amazing thing. White people in Baltimore have given up. At least the ones here in San Antonio, they have given up. They have quit on life. But they're real comfortable coming around here. And I was mad at first, furious. Not no more. I feel sorry for them. After all that white America has done to black America, I've never seen nobody look this bad in my life. And I live in the hood. Never seen it. But it's not new. If you've been out to Portland, if you've been to Los Angeles, homelessness is real. They got thousands of homeless out there. We got hundreds, they got thousands. If we got thousands, they got tens of thousands. And so at some point, all of this stuff is going to hit the fan. We got to go back to those things that grandma taught us. Canning. I'm ready to learn. So any sisters out there, and if it's some brothers, I'll learn from you. Anybody know how to can? I think we should have a canning class. Maybe Quandra does a show now on this network, a gardening show. We need to reteach people how to can. Remember the mason jars? Moms used to take the tongs and the water be boiling. She got the thermostat in there. Well, she made the best peach preserves. I remember I ate the last jar of peach preserves. She passed in 85. I know I held that jar for about 5-6 years, but I had to eat it. Oh my God. Some peach preserves, some butter on some toast. Oh my God. Okay. We're celebrating his birthday on Monday. You know what I want? I want you to love somebody. I want you to hug somebody you love. I want you to forgive somebody. And I'm going to try to do the same thing. Try to be nice. Try to be kind. Try to help somebody. Grandma said, Donnie boy, stop by the church sometimes. And I do my best to do that. I love the Lord. And I would probably go to the Lord's church, my God brother's church at Park Heights, 5010, Bishop Kevia Fernando Elliott. But love people. You can go to church all day long, come outside, know these people. I've seen people get cussed out in church. And you come up on me with some bad breath in church, you might get cussed out too. Look, we got to have some breath mint parties. Don't you know when your breath stink? I know when mine stink, and I'm going to give you 5 feet. Oh, back up. And why? As you backing up from people, they keep coming forward. It's a damn pandemic. I'm not backing up because of COVID. I'm backing up because your breath is humming. Okay, I done had enough fun with y'all. I hope y'all being nice. Get some fresh fruits and vegetables. I've been looking for some cherries. I want some cherries. I saw some strawberries, but I wasn't feeling them. I want some cherries. Tell you something else. Try not to waste food. When you go to the market, be careful of buying excess. If you find yourself throwing away too much food, then don't buy as much. Times change. You might used to cook for 3 people, now you cook for 2 people. Well, don't buy as much. I've learned that with my ginger. I used to make this big old pot of ginger, lemon and honey, and waste most of it, or waste half of it. So I don't make as much, and I drink it all, and I enjoy it more because I'm not wasting. Daddy said, take all you can eat, but eat all you take. Waste not, want not. We got to get back to those old things that the old people bless us with. So as we go into the weekend, Learn about your candidates, learn who represents you, get involved with some young people or one young person, or maybe just pick up the phone, check on an elder. I got to check on my neighbor across the street. I ain't heard from him, missed his birthday Monday, he ain't answered the phone. But check on the seniors and check on people who don't know they're seniors yet. My name is Donnie Glover. Thank you for supporting this network. We have a Black Wall Street Awards tomorrow, 10 a.m. down at Downtown Cultural Arts Center. The event is called Black Owned. It's on Eventbrite, blackowned.eventbrite.com. These are my 2 books. I'm always telling somebody they should write a book. You should write a book. If you got some experiences, write your book. Oh, well, I haven't lived long enough. Write your damn book. Oh, I don't have time. Well, make time. We do what we want to do. Dating this lady, her daughter wanted to go to D.C. to a party. She found a place. She found a party in D.C. But when it came down to registering over in Morgan, she couldn't find admissions. We do what we want to do. Stop dummying down. 60 is not passing. 60 is not passing. That means you damn near got half of them wrong. And I'm loving the stories and articles about 100% full graduation, young people with 17 scholarships to 5 Ivy League schools. I'm loving that. Keep pushing Black excellence. And let me tell you something. You're putting all this damn emphasis on the prom and the kid ain't even going to college. Are we just celebrating that a kid has turned 18? I mean, we go really, really helicopters and all of this. I was just glad to get to my prom. These cats want limos and stretch rovers. And are you going to college, by the way? Because all of this money on this prom, that seemed like first semester paid for. Get that education. Get that education. Education is the difference maker. People with education ain't standing on the corner. People standing on the corner, that's all they figured out. And it's not very adventurous. You went to school 17 years to figure, you know what? When I turn 18, I'm going to stand on the corner. That's what I'm going to do.